It was like a real life. You ever watch them old TV shows, 90s, 80s, maybe probably 80s, but where a person will be thinking about a decision and they had like the devil, you can see the devil angel on one shoulder and the angel on another, or really the devil with the pitchfork. You know, we know that ain't what the devil look like, but it'd be like the one with the little red with the horns with the pitchfork on one shoulder, and then it'd be the angel on the other shoulder. Like legit, like I kid you not, that's what it felt like in real life on my wedding day when I asked God, was I supposed to still marry this person? Welcome to Receiving Relate. If this is your first time here, hey, thank you for clicking on this episode for Storytime. My name is Tara Walker. I'm so glad you're here. Welcome back for those of you who are subscribers, and welcome back those of you who are our visitors. Hey y'all, hey. So we are finally here after what 30 something episodes, right? We finally here to the actual wedding day when I married my narcissistic ex-husband. Okay, I wanted to make sure that you all had a foundation even for this, because I feel like once you, that's why I encourage you each episode to start from the beginning if you're new here, because it'll help you to understand. It's just like reading a book. You know, I know a lot of people like to jump a couple chapters ahead and kind of read a little bit and then go back. I've never been that type of person. I always like to start from the beginning with everything. Even when I'm watching a TV show, I like to start from the beginning. It don't matter what, it could have came out in 2006. I'm gonna start from the first episode, because I like to build the foundation. I think foundations are very important. My first memoir that I published in 2024 September is the foundation of my life. It's from 6 years old to 18 years old, and I feel like that helps you understand the rest of my life. You know, why I got into these narcissistic relationships. So it gotta start somewhere, right? So I feel like you should go back and watch if you haven't already, so that you'll understand how we got to this point. Okay, so now we're on wedding day. Now, when you get ready to get married, like when I got married to my husband now, there was not a question. On the day of, the day before that, there was not a question, okay? Was I supposed to marry this individual? Number one, God had confirmed it before I even told him I would be his girlfriend. First of all, okay, let's start there. God confirmed it 50-11 times, okay? I like to always use that number. That's the number my mother would always use when we were growing up, 50-11. I don't ask me why 50 and 11, but that was the number that she chose to use, and then she got me using it. But God had to do that with me because he knew what I experienced with this marriage. So when it was time for me to get married again, I was like, okay, God, you know I ain't going to ignore no red flags this time, okay? So you're going to have to confirm for me over and over and over again before I say I do, because I will not go through the hell that I went through the first marriage again. So it has to be you, right? So there was no doubt in my mind. But on this wedding day, it was. Okay? So you're not supposed to, if it's of God, you ain't supposed to have no second thoughts, no questions, no nothing like that. But I still did on my wedding day. So let me start about what happened. What happened first? So the first thing that's happened, okay, remember I said I'm going to always tell my truth. I'm going to tell another truth, right? And I don't know if she's ever going to see this, but the photographer that did my first wedding, I forgot her name. I can't even think of her name right now. I think it started with a T. Tracy, Tanya. Anyway, if she ever sees this, forgive me, sis, you know. So remember how I told y'all a few episodes ago how I made up this fake proposal, right? So it could seem like it was all glamorous and everything, which it wasn't. On the wedding day when I'm getting married, I'm getting ready. Okay, so my person that's doing my hair is there. The person doing my makeup, I think the person that did my makeup is the same person that did my hair too. And the photographer is there, right? At a friend of my house that I went to church with, I got dressed there because she had a beautiful home. And I said, "Ooh, he texted me, I love you." He didn't text me, I love you. But when I said it, the photographer said, oh, I didn't know this, right? Because I'm still trying to make this. See, that's what I'm saying. It's so good to be honest, y'all. It's so when we make up these fabricated lies because we want people to think that this marriage is of God and it's so blissful and whatever. And that's where I was. I was so miserable that I had to make up lies just to make it seem like, you know what I'm saying, it was something special. You know what I'm saying? I guess I wasn't doing nothing but lying to myself. Most people around me really probably sensed or knew that I shouldn't be marrying him, but there was no change in my mind or whatever back then. Okay. I had a lot of pride myself. Okay. And I wanted to prove people wrong, so to speak. I'm telling y'all, get delivered from that pride. Because you see what happens when you deal with pride. You see that journey you gonna go down with that pride. Okay, so he didn't text me. Well, so what happened was when I said it, she said, "Oh, let me see." Because I didn't know she was going to want to run over there with the camera to take a picture of it. She wanted to take a picture of the text. So I said, well, hold on real quick. He trying to tell me something. So I had to lie. And I ran in the next room and I texted him. I said, text me, you love me. True story, y'all. And so he did. And then I had to play it off like, okay, girl, he finished whatever he got to say. You can come. And then she came and took a picture. So that was, I just wanted to throw that in there. I ain't never tell nobody that before. True story. The Lord got me telling all my little secrets or whatever. So now we're at the church. And we're just, everybody's back there. My mom is there, my sister's there, all my nieces are there. The person, she's fixing my hair up to put my veil on. And my mother, it could have been the Lord might not have let me hear it. You know what I'm saying? Because maybe, I don't know. But I know she said something in reference to him being gay. Okay. But my mother is, people think that she's this really, really sweet woman. And she is. I'm not going to take that from her. But she has a slick mouth, right? And what happens is when she says something, it catches people so off guard because she comes across to people like, you know what I'm saying? She's just this sweet older lady. And so when she say her little slick innuendos, everybody, it surprises everybody and they bust out laughing because they don't expect it from her. So I believe she said something. I don't even remember what the conversation was. I can't remember what the conversation was. But she said something along, and I'm going to say, but I'm just going to say it. You know what I'm saying? She said something in reference to his sexuality. And everybody, including the person that was doing my hair, bust out laughing. But I caught the tail end of it, right? But I knew what she said. And so I didn't laugh, right? As a matter of fact, I got upset. And one of the reasons is I hate when she does that. I hate it. Wasn't even about what she said. I'm talking about I hate when she does what she does with the slick mouth. You know what I'm saying? The slick comment. Now, remember I told y'all before, she never liked him. Remember I said moms always know. And one of the main reasons she didn't like him, even past that, what she said, right? She didn't like that he didn't have a job, and she felt like he was a bum, and she felt like he was using me and stuff like that. But just like I said, especially her, nobody could change my mind, and especially her at that time. Okay. And so I was upset that she did that. Regardless of how she felt about him, I hated that she did it that day. You know what I'm saying? It's my wedding day. I'm supposed to be happy. So I got upset. And when I get upset, you can see it on my face, right? Remember I told you he used to tell me all the time my face is transparent. So my sister tried to call herself trying to calm me down and okay, y'all, let's just, get ready to go out there. She tried to calm the atmosphere. And even the person doing my hair she saw that I wasn't laughing. And she actually apologized. And she was like, I'm so sorry. You know what I'm saying? I'm so sorry for laughing at what your mother said. If it made you feel, I was like, don't even worry about it. You know what I'm saying? It's cool or whatever. It wasn't, but I was like, it's cool. It is what it is. So that was this next thing that happened. Okay. Now, some of you might be asking questions to yourself like, well, why would mom say that? Well, you have to keep watching, okay? So remember I said moms always know. This next scene is the scene with the devil on one shoulder and the angel on the other shoulder. So all the bridal party has now gone out. Okay, all my matron of honor, my nieces, and they were my bridesmaids. The groomsmen, you know what I'm saying, they came from where they came. Everybody is gone. I'm the last person to walk out of the door down the aisle. But before it was my time, I said a prayer. And I said, God, this is my last chance. Am I supposed to marry this man? Now, remember I said in the beginning, you shouldn't even, on your wedding day, you shouldn't even have to ask that. That shouldn't even be a question in your mind. It should be no doubt, right? Red flag. When he said that, okay. Now, you can't see this other window, but there's two windows behind me, okay? Let's just say these are doors, okay? This window, or this door, leads out to where I'm supposed to go, to the hallway, around the corner, and to the sanctuary. This window leads out to the back entrance of the church, where there's the parking lot and there's the highway, which would be Pennsylvania Avenue, where this church was located. Okay, major highway in Prince George's County. When he said it, when I asked the question, my face diverted that way to that door. But I didn't know what the Lord was telling me at the time. I just thought I just randomly looked at the door. I'm telling you a true story. I really did. I just thought, for some reason, I don't know. I always look at stuff. I just randomly looked at the door. But because I didn't hear an audible, no. You know, like some of y'all think God supposed to talk to y'all. God can't talk in audible. I've heard him audibly, okay, before. But he also talks in a still small voice. He also talks in red flags. He talk all the time. You just got to be listening, okay? So, but because I didn't hear him in this, like I said, audible voice, no. And I didn't feel like this big thing, like wave of, I don't know if I thought a wind was supposed to come and knock me down. I'm laughing now, but it wasn't funny. Because I'm healed. I can laugh now because I'm healed, y'all. So healing is important, okay? So I'm just telling my story now. Because that didn't happen, I went on and went. But I'm going to tell you what did happen. Remember I said they was fighting? The reason they was fighting is because the devil was like, you can't not go down that aisle now. You know how many people showed up for you? Your mom paid for your gown. She paid for the reception. You know what I'm saying? Just telling all this materialistic thing. And then he said this. And then what about Facebook? Because at that time, I was putting like every single move I'm making towards the wedding on social media. Which at that time would have been Facebook, right? This one, the angel, was the like little bit of a nudge, like, no, don't do it. Matter of fact, I know now the angel was the one that led me to look out that back window, that back door, right? So guess who won? Of course, because I'm so caught up in worrying about what people think. Let this, before I move on, if I don't say nothing else, please let this be a lesson. Okay, learn from my mistakes. Do not ever care what people think about you and your decision for yourself. Okay? Don't worry about none of that. God would have took care of all that. And as a matter of fact, my mama herself probably would have been happy. Shoot, we really could have went on with the, if I'd have said no, we could have went on and still had the reception and ate good and had a nice little party or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't do that because I'm worried about people. I said, okay, so my TikTok is not on here. Get delivered from people. I'm telling you this because I know this myself. I experienced myself. And my mother is like this. That's one of the reasons why I had this situation. I got it from her. always caring about what somebody else thinks. Who cares? Okay, this is your livelihood. This is your life. I could have avoided so much hell on earth if I would have just listened to that inner discernment. Because remember I said at the time I didn't realize what God was doing. He would later, once I separated, I'll get to that. He would later reveal to me what he was telling me when I looked out that back door. So now, stop worrying about people. Because them same people is not going to be sitting up there with you at night when you bawling your eyes out. Them same people not going to be sitting up there inside of your house telling him, no, don't talk to her like that. Don't do that to her. Don't treat her like that. Them people ain't going to be nowhere to be found. It's going to matter of fact, thank you, Holy Spirit, it's going to be them same people that you worried about going to believe the false narrative for the last decade about you in these streets, about your marriage. Because from what it looks like, you left, meaning me, and left him there at the church, like just up and just left out of the blue. I don't know. Not knowing your story. So them same people you worried about going to be the same people that's going to be running their mouth about you. Stop worrying about people. So now, I went ahead and got married. I went on out there and got married. Literal hell. That's going to be on the next episode. Stay tuned. Okay, now let me give you the revelation. I'm going to go ahead and give you the revelation. Years later, after we separated, separated twice. I'm going to give you a little bit of snippet real quick before we get there. The Lord revealed to me this on the second separation when I was by myself. And it was just me and the Lord. And then some stuff, it's like he took the blinders off my eyes. And everything that I was naive about, like, just came to light, right? And one of the things was that he took me back to the wedding day. He said, daughter, remember when you asked me if you should still marry this man? And I said, yes, Lord. He said, remember when you looked out that back door that leads out to the back of the church? He said, yes, ma'am. I said, yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. He said, I was giving you the answer. He said, he was telling me to leave. It wasn't by happenstance. Nothing with God is a coincidence. I'm standing in this room. There's two doors that leads out. One is to the sanctuary. One is to the back of the church, out of the church. Why would I randomly, when I ask that question, all of a sudden look at that? Why would I need to do that if I'm supposed to be going this way to the church, right? So he was giving me my answer. He was telling me leave. I just didn't. Like I said, because he ain't come like the burning bush like Moses, okay? Or he ain't come like a rushing wind and knock me off my feet. And then, like I said, in this one in my ear, I went on and went. But the Lord was telling me, I was telling you then. He said, you walk out that church in a whole full wedding gown, veil, and crown. Who wouldn't pick you up on Pennsylvania Avenue and take you where you need to go? I said, yep, you're right. And literally, I lived actually down the street from the church. I probably ain't had my keys on me. You know what I'm saying? But I could have gotten to where I needed to go. Even if it was, in the movies when they see a runaway bride, they always go to a bar or whatever. I wasn't no drinker or nothing back then. But it's the point of the matter is, who wouldn't pick me up? You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't have had to worry. Don't worry about getting in somebody's car. He probably has. It could have been anybody. It could have been a random cab driver just pull, riding by at the time. Who wouldn't have picked me up? You know what I'm saying? All I had to do. And even if I didn't make it all the way back out to outside, I could have just went that way and just waited till somebody found me, and I could have just said, I can't do this. But I didn't do that because I was worried about people. Okay? So let this be a lesson. Stop worrying about people when you have a decision to make for your own self and your livelihood and your mental. Okay? That's the main thing. Your mental and your well-being. Because them same people going to be the one running their mouths and let them talk. If I said no, they would have talked. You know what I'm saying? They're going to talk anyway. If I didn't walk down the aisle, they was going to talk. Okay? They was talking before. They was talking since engagement. You know what I'm saying? So it's them same people. So anyway, that's the end of this episode. Okay. If you can relate to anything that I've said in this episode, please let me know in the comments. And if you haven't already subscribed, I don't know what you waiting on. We're in episode 31, 32, whatever it is I'm about to draw. Go ahead and subscribe. And if you're new here, yeah, I encourage you. Go ahead and subscribe. Like and share as well. That's fine. It doesn't matter. I'm trying to get the story out there because the Lord said it is time for me to tell not just my truth, but the truth. Okay. And yes, I'm telling my truth in it as well. As you can see, I am revealing some faults that I did. Okay. The Lord has held me accountable for. And yeah. So, yeah, because people receive when they can relate. So go ahead and leave a comment because there's always somebody out there who has either been through or going through your situation. And they just need to know that they're not alone. All right, that's it. Oh, if you would like to sow, this is a ministry. If you would like to sow, that information will be in the description in the box below. I will pin my ebook called Tara's Tips on How to Break Free from Narcissistic Traps. That will be in the comments below pinned. We got to break these cycles. You got to break these cycles. If not, you'll keep allowing these same individuals into your life, and we don't want to keep doing that. We're trying to heal. Okay, I'm healed. I want you to be healed. Okay, because the Bible says and I want you to be free because the Bible says he who the Son sets free is free indeed. Okay, all right, thank you for watching. I love you, but please know that God loves you so much more. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.